Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about the quote that we've been seeing everywhere: Apex Legends. And people saying Apex Legends will kill Fortnite, people saying Apex Legends is better than Fortnite, and all this stuff going around Apex Legends. So before we get too far into this video, I just want to say I've been playing Apex Legends and it is a very good game, and I also have been playing Fortnite Battle Royale and that is a very good game. So I just wanted to say that before any huge Fortnite fans or huge Apex fans start having a war in the comment section. There's no need, just have a little chill, listen to my opinions on each of the games and where they're at, and also consider that I have been playing Fortnite since alpha stage, and I really do enjoy Fortnite, and I really do enjoy Apex because I had it on day one and I did enjoy playing it, and I still do enjoy playing it, and I switch between the games all the time. And I've played video games for a very long time, since I was about 4 with the GameCube being released, and also I have had a lot of experience with other competition at different times with between games and stuff. So, you know, enjoy this video and just listen to what I have to say. So I'm going to be diving deep into these points and just discussing the idea of people going everywhere over the internet talking about this. Now, there's a few reasons out there why people are doing this, and to start with, we obviously know people are a little bit bored of Fortnite Battle Royale because we've hit a stage which has never happened before. In the Fortnite universe, look at where we are. We're at a stage now waiting for Season 8, a 2-week period, which they extended. This was planned back in Season 7, I believe, and they had kind of like a 2-week period announced saying that the season's actually going to be delayed a little bit for Season 8, and this was announced really early on. So a lot of people knew that. Now, the cool thing about that was we didn't really know what was going on, and I guess that was quite cool because we could expect maybe something really cool coming, and we do. We have the Valentine's event, and we've also got the new update which is popping, which has a lot of new features in, which I've covered, which I'm really excited about. But in that period, Apex Legends suddenly appeared on the market out of nowhere, and obviously a lot of influencers and a lot of places were sponsored to push Apex Legends, hence where we are today with Apex Legends. I will talk about that more in a future video for you guys, but let's keep going comparing these two games. So Apex Legends, I went onto it and tried it, and I really did like it. Very good game, very cool concepts, completely different to Fortnite Battle Royale. The only similarity between these two games is that it's a Battle Royale. I could not say anything else about them. They're completely different things. Obviously, the idea of the item shop, the free to play, stuff like that, that is similar. But gameplay wise, the only similarity is obviously, to me, the weapons, guns, obviously, and also the Battle Royale genre. That's it, guys. There's nothing really else that's the same other than like nitty things, you know, nitty gritty things like care packages and stuff like that, supply drops. Obviously that's in a lot of games, so you know that's something that's massive across all the games. And what Apex basically have done is they've taken stuff that isn't in Fortnite and put it into their game. Now, what does this do to Fortnite? Well, it kind of makes people think, hold on a minute, why don't we have this in Fortnite? Why haven't we got this? Why haven't we got that? Why haven't we got this? And you never know, Epic Games could have been working on this, developing it, maybe for a separate game mode or something, and unfortunately, Apex have produced it already. Well, not unfortunately, it's pretty good. So, what's that done to Fortnite? Well, what that will do is when Fortnite produce a future update, we'll obviously see a lot of people out there being like, this is from Apex, like that sort of stuff. And you could say that about any game. You could say anything is from somewhere else because all these games are very similar. You could say on Apex Legends, this is from this, and you know, on Fortnite you could see something and say this is from this, but people don't do that, and that's the thing. You know, you've got the zip lines on Apex. People don't go, oh, the zip lines are copied from Fortnite, because they're not. They're just a thing that's in the game. And if Fortnite do anything that Apex Legends have got, we're definitely going to see that hit on Fortnite a little bit, especially in the community section. But that's not really where this video is going. I want to kind of get to the idea that Apex Legends is a very unique game. You know, the concept of it is awesome, and you know, the idea of it being first person, it just is game changing. It's completely different to Fortnite Battle Royale. Fortnite Battle Royale is third person, cartoony, very enjoyable, has a lot of map changes, has a big storyline behind it, and has a lot of like concepts and theories and all sorts of stuff going for it, which is really awesome. Also, a lot of people have invested a lot of time and their own money into Fortnite Battle Royale within the item shop, whereas Apex Legends to me doesn't really have that sort of uniqueness with the item shop and the skins and stuff. Personally, I don't really want to be paying for camos on my guns. That's just not what I enjoy, and also the skins don't meet up to the Fortnite kind of designs, obviously, because Fortnite has that cartoony feel, whereas this has the heroes. However, Apex Legends does has its unique heroes, and I think that's pretty cool, and that's something they may be able to profit off in the future. They could maybe have different heroes and stuff, and again, that's what makes these two games completely different. You're playing Apex Legends, which really, like, making this video just makes me want to say they're complete. I just don't know how, people aren't looking at it enough to say they're only just comparing the Battle Royale genre. That's what most people are comparing. The games are completely different. Apex Legends has respawning in, as in like the main Battle Royale, you respawn in it. Fortnite didn't have that because it's a survival-based game. Apex Legends has an ability to collect your tags and also use a shield while you're down. Fortnite doesn't have that because it's more fast-paced. I play Apex Legends and I'm in a lot of situations where I don't actually find a team near enough for another 10 or so minutes. And yes, that can happen on Fortnite, but, Apex Legends is more fast-paced in sections, and also it's more slow-paced in sections. So it's pretty similar. The games are similar with that aspect of the pace, and that's like any sort of Battle Royale or any sort of slow-paced game like Search and Destroy. I guess Search and Destroy from the classic Call of Duty is, you could class that as early Battle Royale, I guess. Not exactly, but you know what I mean? You've got one life, you die, and then you respawn the next round or the next game. That's the sort of concept this is going at, and it's cool. Like, generally, Apex Legends, to me, feels more like it's going to kill Blackout and PUBG, but whereas Fortnite sits on its own throne and its own genre. And that's what I'm trying to get at. There's so many people out there saying to me, Pat, Apex. I'm getting texts from loads of people. I'm getting all sorts of DMs and all sorts on Twitter saying, when are you going to cover Apex? What's going on with Apex, Pat? We suggest doing some Apex content because Fortnite is kind of dying and all this sort of stuff that people are sending me. It just makes me kind of think the Apex Legends team did a great job with their game to make people start thinking that and support their game. But can they contain them or that player base to their game? You look at Apex and you say to yourself, great game. Will the updates be popping every 2 weeks? We don't know yet. That's something Fortnite did. They didn't do it straight away though. Consider how Fortnite got to their position, to their throne they're at. It was very slow. It didn't start updates like every single week until at least season 3 or 4. I was playing it in the early days, and sometimes we'd go maybe a month with no update or no huge content being added in. There were little subtle things there and then with content changes and stuff, like content updates about the actual downloadable updates, but there was nothing major. And Fortnite did it over time, they grinded and grinded and grinded to get to their position. And there's nothing really that's going to... I don't think Apex Legends at all will kill Fortnite, as people are saying, or make Fortnite die off, because they're completely different and they're different genres entirely. That the way the games work, the way the games run. I understand it's a Battle Royale genre, and people are going to be like, Pat, no, you're wrong, and all this. And Apex Legends, amazing game. Like, honestly, it's awesome. And so is Fortnite. They're both amazing games. And I'm planning on doing some Apex content because I am enjoying it. It's a really good Battle Royale, and it's a new game which I'm enjoying. And I could say that about a lot of games. There's a few other games I'm playing which I'm really enjoying. I'm playing Brawl Stars on my mobile. I think that's a great game. At first, I didn't really want to make an Apex video because I saw all these big YouTubers getting sponsored for it, and I just thought it was another sponsored game, and it really was heavily sponsored. And I think without that, I don't think Apex would be where it is, if you get what I mean. Without that huge force for sponsorship, it wouldn't be where it is. I know Fortnite did sponsor a few YouTubers in the early stages, but the sponsors that they did were quite minimal, and they weren't the social influence that people have today. These streamers and stuff, these people are famous, these people are crazy, big and stuff. When people hear these names, they're like, whoa. And if someone says to you, I've met Ninja or something like that, for example, you're like, whoa. Whereas myself, I'm not that big on the platform. I'm a decent size, but not big enough to influence every single person to go and play Apex Legends. And that's how Apex Legends suddenly appeared, obviously, we know that, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a future video, hopefully, if you guys want to know exactly what happened there with that, which would be really cool. I think Apex Legends has done a very good job with that. It's kind of annoying from maybe Epic Games' point of view, but we have to look at this from a consumer, myself, someone that's played video games since I was in year 1 at school in the UK, which is, I don't even know how old I am there, 4 maybe? It was on the GameCube with Mario Double Dash and all them sort of games, and even the old Nintendo Entertainment System or the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. I even had them before the GameCube, which were lying around the house and stuff, trying out them old games. So I've been playing games for years, and looking at this, it's just another competition. It's great. Competition brings so much more to games. You know, you look at competition between several games in the past. Let's take a little look at this. Little throwback to the past right now, guys. We've got Super Mario versus Sonic. There is a huge competition between them two back in the day. Then we've got maybe COD v Battlefield. Another huge rival position where the competition was just insane between them two. Then we have Xbox versus PlayStation. We have all these sort of things where the competition is extremely high. There are several others as well that I could dig into and talk about. And I think competition really does make a healthy market, especially within the gaming community. It allows each games to explore new genres and new techniques. And I feel like that's what Fortnite's going to get from this. But obviously Fortnite are going to have to up their game, which is just good for us as consumers. Any sort of competition is great. We saw with Blackout being introduced, you know, Fortnite went all out and even had the zombies in their game and stuff. And I don't know if that was influenced from Blackout itself, but you can see they try and compete with these sort of games. I expect Fortnite to probably take some ideas from Apex Legends and put it into their own game. You know, this sort of stuff is just great for the community. Like, competition is awesome. But people just don't realize that sometimes you've got to take a step back and just play both games. Like, don't be like mad at Fortnite and hating on them just because this new game has come around. And that's what I'm trying to address with this video. You know, I know there's a lot of people in the comment section probably right now typing saying la 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 Pat and just having a go at me, and it will happen. I know it will, making a video like this, but I try my best to try and just look at these things in a positive way. It's really awesome. Like, generally, we shouldn't be worried about this sort of stuff in the gaming community. If we're going to be worried about something, it should be Article 13. But I've made a video on Article 13 in the past, and it is getting very close now. So, you know, as a community, I feel like that's something we need to worry about. Maybe don't worry about these two games. They're great games themselves, and they will just take their own place in the community. They won't have to do too much now. Apex is already at a position where if it updates regularly and produces the right content that people want and introduces new heroes into the game, it will keep its stable position and keep the popularity that it currently has. As soon as Fortnite releases Season 8, obviously a lot of people will kind of just leave Apex for a bit, but I do believe that people will go back to Apex Legends. It's a free game. To me, I don't know if I should say this, but to me, Apex Legends is better than like Blackout, PUBG, the first person. It's the best one I've played for the first person Battle Royale games. And then Fortnite is up there as well with the third person Battle Royale, the top of that. So these two games are at the top of their own genres. I know they're in the same category of Battle Royale, but generally these games are two completely different things. They have the same similarities, free to play in-game currencies and V-Bucks and stuff like that, or the cryptocurrency, whatever it's called, inside of Apex. I've forgotten what it's called, and you can buy stuff from the item shop, and it has the same sort of concepts. And I assume Apex Legends will probably get its own season pass, which I probably will end up purchasing because I am enjoying the game. If you guys want to see more Apex content though, leave it down in the comment section down below. And that's really everything I can kind of talk about between these two games. I know it's been a little bit of a weird video, and it's kind of just been me discussing my point of view on this sort of stuff, and there really hasn't been much of a structure to the video, and I didn't really want to do it like that because I didn't want to be seen as like a channel just like going mad about Apex or going mad about Fortnite, because I'm not. I'm sat here right now thinking, you know, after this video, as soon as it's edited up, I'm going to go on and play some Apex and then go on Fortnite and maybe do some Save the World stuff or play a little bit of solo and Battle Royale and just switch between the games, just like I'd do when I was younger, when I had Battlefield and COD. One day I'd go on Call of Duty, the next day I'd go on Battlefield and try something on that. I remember back in the day, Modern Warfare 3 time, I think was it Black Ops 1? Was it? No, not Black Ops 1. Modern Warfare 3 was Battlefield 3 maybe, or Battlefield 4 around that time. Anyway, the time of Operation Metro on Battlefield 3, I used to go on that all the time and then be like, you know what, I'll switch back to maybe Call of Duty or Halo Reach. All these different games I used to play all the time. I'm sure many of you guys out there don't just play Fortnite, you probably play some mobile games, maybe you play another game. And I think that's really healthy for the community, just to switch around and not get addicted or attached to one game 100%. And again, I know my channel just covers Fortnite content, but I don't just play Fortnite, guys. I play other games as well. Like, sometimes when I'm playing Fortnite, I might go, oh, I played quite a bit of Fortnite today. Yes, Fortnite is probably my most played game, my most popular game to play out of all the ones I play. But sometimes I'll say, oh, I'll go on Halo Wars 2, an old game I used to really like and enjoy as a kid with the original Halo Wars. So I thought, oh, I'll go on Halo Wars 2 tonight, play a few games on it, see how I can do. Oh, I did pretty well. But the one game I haven't been back to in a while is Minecraft, and I know I should really go back to it because it was a classic game and very enjoyable, but I haven't been back to it in a while. I think I really did kind of grind that one a bit too much. and it does require a lot of grinding and understanding to get at, whereas Apex, you can pick it up and play it without even really knowing much about the game. And same with Fortnite a little bit. I feel like Fortnite does need to address that a little bit. New people that come to Fortnite Battle Royale may struggle sometimes to pick it up and play and win straight away because of the building mechanics, but it can easily be addressed in a beginners type lobby where maybe just building switched off, or maybe the the ground war type mode, or maybe even a mode where you play it if you're a low level, so low level people can kind of learn how to play it, or maybe even a training mode and stuff like that. So I feel like Fortnite definitely could easily get people better at the game quicker if they arrange it correctly. They just have to do the right things, whereas Apex, you can kind of pick it up and play, which I think's the uniqueness about Apex. You don't have to be a full person that grinds Apex Legends every day to be able to learn the mechanics of it, whereas Fortnite could take about a few days or so. But I feel like Fortnite definitely has the applicable age range bigger than Apex Legends, with Apex being titled a 16, or aged a 16 should I say. So kind of puts a little bit of a cap on it there, depending on if you're allowed to play different games and stuff. So, it's pretty interesting. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below what your opinion is on this topic. I personally believe, overall, to conclude this video, that these two games are completely different genres. They'll both sit their own, throne in their own genre, as in, not Battle Royale, but as in first person and third person. And I personally believe competition between these two games, as in the concepts and the mechanics, will be healthy for the community as a Fortnite player and an Apex player. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new around here, please do stick around for daily Fortnite content, because that's what I'm currently producing, and expect maybe some Apex Legends videos in the future if you guys still want to see that sort of stuff. Again, leave a comment down below what your opinion is. I apologize for this extremely long video of me just discussing my thoughts on this. I thought, as I may as well, because why not? These sort of videos are pretty fun. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, and once again, this is postboxpat signing out.